Look at this.
Gonna give us a blast of it?
Yeah, I'll give you the first verse and the chorus. New chatted stickleback on the fishmonger's rack. Left!
Terrified me, that woman.
Did she scare you?
Terrified me. And she kept kicking me under the table. Now! I go, oh, now! She took it so serious.
When you first started it, I remember talking to you even before you started, you were really quite nervous about it, weren't you?
Well, I was, because it's sort of an area I'm not used to. It's 5 o'clock and it was live. And I thought, what am I doing on at 5 o'clock, at tea time telly? Is this what's happened to me now? I've become tea. So, and it was unknown territory, so I was very wary. But I'd enjoyed myself because I'd done Des and Mel. I'd taken over from Des for a while.
That's right,
yeah,
yes.
and I really thought I quite like this.
Yes.
This where you sit and chat and come in and say, oh, I had a terrible day yesterday. And, you know, you just basically say, if I go on, I don't know what I'm doing. I just say what I think.
Well, I don't believe that.
Seriously?
No.
Half the time, the top of the show, I've no idea. It's not prepared. I just go out and do it.
So, so as far as Monday's show's concerned, you're not thinking about that yet?
I used to panic, you know, and I used to write all the questions. I'd have about 300 questions for a 2-minute interview. And I've stopped all that nonsense now, so I find it much better if I sail in and do it. If I sort of go in about 3 o'clock and I'm on air at 5 and just do it.
Like a disc jockey, almost.
Yeah, yeah. That's how I look at it, like a radio show.
Yeah.
Really.
Did you think your career was going to go this way?
No, not at all.
Do you have a plan? Do you have
No,
goals?
no,
I'm going to
no.
do this and then I'll do that?
No, I'm the least ambitious person
Isn't
you'd
that
ever meet.
brilliant?
Yeah.
And yet, of course, the blooming programme's won all the awards.
And, well, I know.
Some of which it might get up people's noses. I'm not sure about that.
I'm sorry about that TV crap, because I always say I'm a bit of a pessimist, me, because I'm a great believer it indemnifies against bitter disappointments, and I think we're not going to get it, so we might as well just drink all their booze and go. So I sail in, and then, of course, even when I saw Scylla, I thought, no, they're doing this to trick me.
Yeah.
And then you get it, but I'm really glad I got the TV quick.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Because it's the punters who vote
viewers,
for it.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, this is one that you don't see, I'm
because
sorry to say.
we left a little space here for it, obviously.
I'll lend you mine.
Because 3 would have been nice.
It would have, wouldn't it?
Now, what do you mean lend you yours?
You don't
Where
even
is
know where it
yours?
is.
Last seen in a taxi in a carrier bag. That's it, like the National Telly Award, which I'll confess on air, I never got back.
You lost that too?
Well, we went out after the Albert Hall, and we went to a club, and one thing led to another, and I had this thing, which, let's face it, it's not an easy object to carry, is it?
No.
In a carrier bag, and vanished. So I've no idea where that went.
So you've lost that, and you don't know where
No,
your
my TV quick, I think Bert's got in the office. I
Right.
think that was snatched off me. Give me that, give me that. And we have this huge row in the lobby. It's my watch. No, I'm taking it.
Well, we should have a look at the moment that we knew the game was up, because the minute Scylla walked out, I said to Fern, "Oh, that's it. We've not got this one."
Did they film it?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
We
there
did.
you go. Let's
Just in
really?
case.
The winner is, oh my God, the best daytime show goes to Savage by name to Paul O'Grady.
Yeah,
Well
fantastic.
done.
I get really embarrassed at those, you know. I'm not good at them.
It is scary, isn't it? Your heart starts
I
beating.
hate getting out the car with all the press. Po. And I'm not really good at having my photograph taken, and I sort of have the serial killer grin and my hands in my pockets. Go, po. And they all look the same, so that's why they never use them. And the first question I was asked, I got in, and this journalist said to me, she said, what do you think of Britney Spears? So she really never enters me head, Britney Spears. Good mother. I thought, I don't know and I don't care. And then what do you think of Posh Spice? And that's why all that, because I said, I wish...
What has it been said in the papers
well,
today?
it said I'm sick of her pouting, because it seems to me, every photo she takes, she's like pressed up against the car window going... And I think, smile. You're a nice-looking girl. Smile. Go to the shop, have a carrier bag hanging off your baby buggy. You know what I mean? Wear a pair of flip-flops and white leggings. Have a couple of rollers in. Look natural. Stop living in this bubble with your precious husband who's getting tattooed and pierced and streaked every 5 seconds and shaved and all this. Where's all the men gone? It's ridiculous. You go in the barbers now, all the men have all got the tinfoil in. I've gone au natural again.
Yes, I've noticed that.
Do you know what? They were dyeing my hair because of the lights, because it absorbs the light, as you know, and I was a sort of a funny, chocolatey, mousy, gingery brown.
They told me mine was reflecting it back.
Oh. Well, I absorbed, apparently. I had this white spot here, and I thought, I was so... And because it grows so quickly, I thought, I'm not dyeing my hair anymore. That's it now. This is it. Take it or leave it.
What does Lily think? Is Lily... How is she?
She's in a convent in Brittany.
Is she?
Yeah, I haven't... Yeah. She's paying for her sins. And I haven't spoken to her because it's a Carmelite order where she can't speak. And it's quite a severe Mother Superior who runs this order. So she's in for quite a while.
Is she?
And she can stay there as far as I'm concerned.
Is she retired?
I think she is, more or less,
Yes.
yeah. It was the dressing up drove me mad. Yeah, no, really. You know, I thought, I can't.
Exhausting.
It was like a circus act to be the wig in the bin liner, 2 suitcases, half a dozen dogs. You know,
And
it was
now
a
it's just you,
performance. Well, it's
Buster, Olga.
Olga, yeah, and Louis.
Louis, that's
yeah,
right,
the 3 of them. And it's quite nice now going to work without all that performance. You know, it's this wig stuck on, a wig out of my mouth and false nails coming off, and I just got so irritated. It was great fun, don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed it.
You have great mates, don't you? Because we know through the papers that very recently you lost your busy mate.
Yeah, Brendan
died.
Yeah.
And you say that the doctors, sort of said you maybe take some depressants and things, calm yourself down, but you relied completely on the mates that you've got.
Well, what happened, you see, with all that, it was so quick. It was 6 weeks, from when he was diagnosed with the cancer. And then they told us it was curable. So it was like we were going to the electric chair, and then they'd say, well, we don't know, it's curable. So it was a huge celebration. Then you get another phone call to say, no, it's not curable. So I was constantly in and out to him. And then they said, he hasn't got long to live, but he can have radiation. It'll give him a few days extra, a few days grace. And I asked him, and because he couldn't communicate, he knew everything was going on, but he just couldn't get the words out. And he was going for this radiation, even if it gave him, because he wanted to live. He was only 49, he didn't want to die, It was just a nightmare. So anyway, we got him to the hospital, he just went to sleep and he died. He wasn't in any pain, in the hospital, but it wasn't a nice death for him, and it was terrible to see somebody you love, a big strapping man, just completely fade away. It was really, really sad. But I did have very good friends, I'm eternally grateful to them, who helped me out, No, I didn't take depressants or anything like that. Because I said to him, he said, oh, I'll give you something to make you sleep. I thought, I don't need anything to make me sleep. I'm exhausted, thank you. I could fall asleep here after 6 weeks.
Exactly, it is only 6-7 weeks since he died, isn't it?
Yeah, 2 months.
2 months
yeah,
is
2
nothing.
Months.
So when you come back on Monday, you must feel a little bit peculiar when you're back in the studio.
I'm still quite resilient, me,
Yeah.
I really am. I thought I made a rubber. So many things I bounce up and down. I do get on with it, and I think we've done all the tears, we've done all that now. Time to move on. Turn the page, as Ella would say. And I really do believe that. But there's always, you have good days and bad days. You need a piece of music on the radio, or you'll find a letter in a book or a postcard, and it'll set you off. Things like that. And yesterday we went into the set for a little technical rehearsal, and I had such a hangover. I shouldn't say this after the TV Quick Awards. That I could have been anywhere, it didn't matter. I went, OK, fine, that's lovely. Is my hair OK? I'm not dyeing it in Staggered House. But it was hard, yeah. But it was harder for him than it was for me, because he's not here and I am.
For every huge negative, there are some positives and pluses, and you did during the summer walk down the aisle with your daughter, didn't you?
Well, I've had the strangest year because my daughter got married. I got an honorary doctorate from John Moores University in Liverpool.
Did you?
Yeah, so I had to go up to Liverpool Cathedral and walk down the aisle and all. So I thought this month, I've carried a coffin down the aisle, I've walked my daughter down the aisle, and I've gone down and got my honorary degree down the aisle. What next down the aisle? It's peculiar. I've never done so much.
What about being a...
And you have them rolling in the aisles.
Very good.
Very good.
Very good. What about being a granddad then in the future?
Do you know, I was dreading that, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yes.
I keep saying, are you pregnant, yeah? She said, give us a chance. Well, hurry up. Come on, hurry up. I quite really... it was the vanity thing. You think, I'm too young to be a granddad. I'm not, I'm 50. You know, I could have been a granddad 20 years ago. So now I'm really looking forward to it. So if you're watching, get at it, please. Never mind work.
But this is something we've been talking about quite a lot because we're all approaching the same similar age group. You think it's actually quite nice.
It's very nice.
It's very comforting, comfortable. My sister-in-law said to me once she passed 40, she wasn't going to take any rubbish from anybody ever again. I think that's right.
Those were nearly the words she used.
That was almost the word she used.
Well, it's like when Brendan died, I said, that's it now, nothing phases me.
Yeah.
And I mean that, nothing phases me. I'm scared of nothing. I can deal with anything, you know what I mean, after dealing with that.
And your own mortality.
Exactly.
You know, you were so ill 3 years ago, and here you are.
I know. Still smoking.
Are you? I thought that was going to go on there.
Well, not anywhere near as I used to. I used to be constantly. And, you know, like you said, the Daily Express, I'm so sick of these papers with their scaremongering. Yesterday it was vitamin B6 give us heart attacks. Today we go blind. What will be tomorrow? We'll be found wandering around Selfridges and shoving things up our jumpers. You know what I mean? Because we've had a ciggy. I mean, it annoys me. I'm so fed up with, you know, these health issues in papers. Leave us alone. Let us live our lives.
Yes.
It makes you forgetful, apparently, as well.
Oh,
Some
I've always
smokers have
been
lost
forgetful.
awards.
Oh. If anybody's found an award, please put it in. I don't think that was the ciggies, mate.
We are such massive fans.
We are.
We're thrilled that you're back on Monday.
I'm really
5
pleased,
o'clock.
because it's a show I've genuinely like doing.
Well, I've told you, in our household, everyone sits down for supper at 5 because the kids are
really?
hungry from school. 4-year-old to 80-year-old with my mum, and they
amazing,
all
isn't it?
watch it. And I'm not just blowing smoke at you.
It's like, you know, I get like sorts of students coming up to me saying, oh, you're on our website, and people from all walks of life, you know, and all races and creeds. It's fabulous.
Still got the organ there, haven't
Oh, the organ. If that organ goes, I go.
Yeah.
I trained for 5 years at the Birkenhead School of Music.
Did you
Oh,
really?
yes.
Well, we've been lucky enough to stand by you as you've been playing
Well,
it.
Philip,
And it's
if I hadn't got a
side
ganglion at my wrist, I'd
Yeah.
be at the Sorbonne now. I'm telling you, playing away.
We said that as we walked out.
This is
Yeah,
it.
absolutely.
What a pianist.
Have a great day on Monday.
Cheers,
Yeah, it's
thanks
lovely
very
to
much.
see
So
you.
thanks for having
We'll
me
be
on. It's
watching.
lovely to see
Oh,
you.
it's a pleasure.
Pleasure.
A pleasure. It's competition time now. If you fancy winning up to £10,000 this morning, you are most definitely in the right place.